So to all the Patreon members, I want to thank you guys for your support. It really means a lot to me. I'm not going to take up too much of your time. Still out of town, out the country, and I just want to make this real quick. All right. So this guy right here, Wisconsin man, goes by the name of Ryan Borkwart, 45 years old. He's a married man, married father of 3 kids, was last seen on August 12th at Green Lake while on a solo fishing trip. Basically, this man faked his death so that he could leave his family and be with a woman in Uzbekistan. All right. There's actually like a TikTok video going around of a guy on a bike, and there was a woman with like a sign, a woman on, with like a cardboard sign, just wanting some attention, being recorded, asking random questions to people on the street, trying to get the answer. And there was a guy on a bike who looked just like him saying like he wanted to go to Uzbekistan. And he's like, I think he said he wasn't fulfilled at home. And like the marriage is been diminished. But local authorities were saying that it wasn't him. It was a guy that looked like him. But there's a lot of guys in America that are talking to women in Uzbekistan. Okay, this whole passport, bro, it's a real thing, but he took it a step further. He went far above and beyond just, getting his passport and traveling. This man is like faked his death and tried to make an escape. But he left a lot of trails behind. He left a trail behind, and I don't want to say that's not cool. What he did wasn't cool. You just up and leaving your family. Your kids need you, right? Your wife needs you. I don't know what kind of pressure she was putting on you at home, right? I'm guessing he might have been stressed out, tired of his wife's mouth. I don't know. Or maybe the spark wasn't there anymore. I would have to say that that's not cool. Work through that, because a lot of guys, they're getting on women for not staying around, for leaving, not being loyal. And you just up and leave like that, right? They thinking that you drowned. They did a whole search. There was a manhunt looking for you, and that costs money. So the sheriff was like, hey, we believe that he is alive. We know that he's not in our lake. All right. So they did a search. A rescue team did a search at what's the name of the lake? Mr. Borghardt had last texted his wife on the night of August 11th. The message said he was turning his kayak around and heading to shore soon. But when he failed to return home, his family contacted law enforcement, who sent out a search and rescue team, which found his capsized kayak and life jacket on the lake. Mr. Borgwart's car, trailer, fishing rod, and wallet were all left at the park nearby. After 54 days of extensive search efforts of divers, drones, sonar, and cadaver dogs, no body was recovered and no evidence turned up. That caused the sheriff's office to widen its scope. The case took a turn in October when investigators discovered Mr. Borgwart's name had been checked by borders officials in Canada on August 13th, the day after he was reported missing. Investigators then learned that Mr. Borgwart had reported his passport lost or stolen and was issued a new one prior to his disappearance. His previous passport was later recovered from his wife, indicating that he may have traveled on the new document. Following this lead, officials conducted a digital forensic analysis of Mr. Borgwart's laptop, and they found that he had taken out a $375,000 life insurance policy, had transferred funds to a foreign bank account, photographed his new passport, and altered his email address before he vanished. And after doing this, they discovered that Mr. Borgwart had replaced his laptop's hard drive and cleared his browser history the day he disappeared. Authorities also found indications that he may have traveled to a location in Europe. While the investigation continues, the sheriff's office told the BBC they are evaluating the appropriate criminal charges that could include obstruction and fraudulent activity. Borgwart's family is cooperating, and the chief deputy sheriff said his wife has been extremely strong. She has done everything that we have asked of her in regards to helping us with information and holding on to information. Fortunately, we had to keep this quiet for about a month from the time that we started thinking that he was somewhere else until we had enough information that we could share with the world, and she did that. Okay, so they believe he's in Eastern Europe, so they haven't caught him yet. All right, is there extradition laws? Uh, in Uzbekistan, right? Yeah. There's no general law on extradition beyond the Criminal Procedure Code. The United States does not have an extradition treaty with Uzbekistan. However, Uzbekistan's Criminal Procedure Code does allow for extradition and mutual legal assistance based on reciprocity. Okay, this is a change from the previous legal grounds, which were limited to bilateral and multilateral treaties. All right, so they may or may not have an extradition treaty that they want to uphold or care about. Obviously, he's over there with a woman in Uzbekistan. And look here, man, I think they're going to get him because eventually that woman over there is going to drop him, right? Relationships, marriages are very fickle. And whatever he got going on with that woman, he'll probably be there for a couple of years. And that's going to go sour. He's going to be on his own. He's going to be considered on overstay. They're going to find out who he is unless he picks up the language quickly and picks up a heavy accent. Other than that, just seeing him on the street, nobody's going to press him for his passport. Nobody's going to ask him for his passport to see, are you an immigrant over here? Are you on overstay? When he starts talking and he needs a place to stay and there's some documents he got to fill out, then they're going to run his paperwork and call the local authorities if that happens. So I'm not condoning what he did because that's not cool, right? But, whatever was going on at home, this caused this man, this man took he made a desperate, bold move to become a passport bro and head out the country. This man faked his death, left his family worried to go be with another woman. And like I said, I don't know what he was going through at home, but if it was enough for him to do this, that's insane to me. That's insane. Okay, this is his family, him and his family right here. Their faces are blurred out. Right, a wife and 3 kids, right? Especially your oldest son. Your oldest son really needs you, and your middle child. But I don't condone that. Shame on this man. Shame on him. All right, so I'm over and I'm out. You guys take care. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Peace.